Imagine you could switch places with your competitor, bring them down and get yourself in their position. It'd be a bit like Freaky Friday or Trading Places. Those movies are all about switching places and having a different outcome. And that's what we want to do with your competitors, is get you in their place and trade places with them. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make that flip or that switcheroo, how you can make sure that happens with 3 different methods that I use. So these 3 methods I'm going to call the old switcheroo, and I use various tools to find out what the competitors are doing and then show you how you can switch it. So I'm going to show you what I do, the tools I use, how you can use them too, and how you can then take advantage of doing it for your business. And if you get stuck, I've also got a get out clause for you too. So let's take the first one. We'll call it switcheroo number 1. So to understand how this one works, I'll need to use a tool. I use a local Falcon. It's a really helpful tool because when I start looking for a particular business, I can see all the competition as well. And it starts to then analyse what the competition's doing and whether they're actually following the guidelines that Google gives. Now, if they're violating the guidelines, it will flag that for me. And that's the first thing we can do. And let me be clear that Google expects you and wants you to do something about the businesses and the competition that aren't following Google's guidelines. So Google can't police all of the businesses that are on the profiles, but it does expect you to look at your competition and just make sure they're doing the right thing. And if they're not, you can flag it with Google and Google then will deal with it. So don't feel this is wrong, because at the end of the day, it's part of optimization. So first of all, you just go into your local Falcon tool, you do a search for your business category. Second thing you do then is you'll then look at a report and it'll automatically spot any fake, duplicate or suspicious listings. Third thing to do is then just follow what it says. So report it using Google's readdressal form, or flag it if it's inappropriate what they've put there as a business practice. So you may feel that's kind of like a very easy way to bring your competitors down and get yourself up. But think of it a different way. The fact is they shouldn't be there in the first place because they're not actually following the guidelines that you've been following. So it should really even it up. Ultimately, you should already be ahead of them, and it's been those dodgy tactics they've been using as to why they're ahead of you. So Local Falcon as a search tool is really helpful because it will just make sure that your competitors are clearly being shown as to what their tactics are, and you can then deal with that according. Now you can do this yourself without Local Falcon. You can just, if you spot in your competition, do a search on Google, you see your competitors coming up as well, and then you can go for each one, just check the name. Is it using a spammy title? Is it using keywords in its title that isn't a true representation of the business? Is it claiming things it isn't? Does it have fake reviews? And you can flag these things too. So there's a certain amount you can do yourself manually. I find Local Falcon just does it so quickly that it's a better tool all round. But ultimately this switcheroo is about eliminating fake and those that are violating the principles and the guidelines that Google gives. Okay, so let's now move on to switcheroo number 2. Switcheroo number 2 uses a free tool. It's a Chrome extension you can get. It's called Plepper. So again, I'll put a link down below for you if you're not familiar with Plepper. Plepper's great because what it does is it will show you what your competitors are doing that you can take advantage of, because by having that inside knowledge, you can just do something one step better, and that will get you ahead of the competition. So the way this works is make sure your extension is turned on, then go to your category. Actually, while you're there, you might want to just check the categories of your competitors too. It will show you what categories they have, what services they have, and so on. So just really check out various things about your competition, see if you can improve your business about them. But the area that really is getting ranking at the moment is to do with opening hours. So it's been proven that if you're open and your competitor is closed, you'll get a higher ranking, because ultimately Google is promoting businesses that are open when a person is searching for your type of business category. So how do you know when your businesses or your competitors' businesses are closed? That's where the Plepper tool comes in. So there you can see, if you go to Plepper, you then check your competitors' hours, and you can see percentages as to, on the whole, when are people open, when are they closed. You can then adjust your business hours to suit. So I would say be careful here. It's naturally if you put 24 hours, you're going to rank higher, but unless you're open 24 hours, that wouldn't be fair on your customers. If they suddenly turn up at 3 in the morning, you're not going to be very happy too. So think in terms of, could you open earlier for customers? Could you stay open later? And if it makes sense, if it beats the percentages of your competitors, you'll swap, you'll flip, you'll do the switcheroo with them, because that's a big ranking factor at this time. So switcheroo number 2 is all about making sure your hours are opening longer than the competitors. So switcheroo number 3 is probably best explained by my customers and how I've been able to help them. So you notice here yesterday, they say, booked a one-to-one with Zane, was overall very helpful, got the answers I was looking for. Zane proved to be highly skilled regarding Google business profiles. Another one a few weeks ago said, I met with Zane to go over our Google business page, but I got way more information and help from our meeting. But the fact is sometimes you just need help. Sometimes you may try these things and it just doesn't work for you. And I've got a great deal of knowledge I can share with you, but actually to look at your business, your profile and your competitors and see where we can find some quick gains is probably going to be the easiest way for you to get ahead of your competition. So I know, because I've optimized lots and lots of businesses, I know when I optimize businesses, normally within a few minutes, there's 5 to 10 things we find straight away that you can do, practical things that will get you ahead of your competition. So that may well be the best way, the best option for you. So how does that work? Well, switcheroo number 3 is all about you having a complete audit from me. So we have a one-to-one, we go through your Google business profile together. And then we do a Zoom call where I walk you through the things I found from the audit. And then we can work out a clear strategy that will get you traction straight away from your competitors, and also a long-term strategy that's going to give you ranking for many months to come afterwards. So if you're ready to dominate your local rankings, get your Google business profile fully optimized with my help, then you can head to my website, put a link down below, and you can get your business optimized and audited with me. But what if you have no budget for that? You've got no budget for ads, you've got no marketing budget. Is there still a way of ranking and getting ahead and making sure you get quality leads and customers coming in? Yes, there is. But you need to watch this video, because that's where I'm going to show you how you can do that if that's your situation. I'll see you there.